On 7 Sport, welcome back. The Eagles leading by 26 points at quarter time after they led by at half time after they led by 18 at quarter time. Let's go back to Princes Park and Drew Morfitt.
And just in time for the bounce to start the second half. Turley over the ball. Umpire will come in and have to ball it up again.
Yes, well, Brett Heddy's lined up on the bench with Dean Irving after half time, so possibly that cork thigh is a little bit worse than we may have thought earlier.
Umpire Van Beek. The ball up. Gee, you can throw a blanket over 25 players here. Jackson buffeted to the foot of the pack. Wind in after it. Lyon did well to Stevens. Kick smothered. Randell knocks it up the ground. Kapler, hand pass, wasn't great. Put Donato under the pump. Broderick into Kapler. Snap for goal. Offline.
So that was great play from Fitzroy using the handball, but unfortunately Darren Kapler couldn't finish it off with a kick.
David Hart to bring the ball back into play for the Eagles. Bunching in the centre, now moving. Hart decides to go down the middle. Lockyer the target. Lockyer gets a fist to that. Comes to ground. Wind goes in and out. Kick down into the forward line that time by Harding. Big battle going on for the ball. Dundas in possession. And the umpire will bounce down about 10 or 15 metres out from Fitzroy's goal. So no lack of endeavour in the Roys. They've certainly taken the game right up to the Eagles. It'll be interesting to see how the Eagles respond as Jackson thumps that through for a minor score.
Yes, well, obviously they have got Jackson up in the ruck, playing on the ball, trying to get him into the game. He was well held at centre-half forward by Paul Roos. They've now got Glenn Jakovic playing at centre-half forward. And I think he's the Eagles' best option at centre-half forward.
There's only 4 goals in this game. 1-11 plays 4-11. As again, it's knocked away by Lockyer, and it'll be thrown in just on the attacking side of Fitzroy's 50-metre line. Left half forward flank. Randell gets it down to Cormack, threads his way through traffic. Wind goes in short, thumped away in defence. Waters, opportunity that time for Wheeldon. Couldn't quite get the break on the ball that he wanted, and again a minor score results.
Well, he's kicked 2 behinds and 2 out of bounds.
Well, looking at the ground, Sandy, it is very sandy. Sorry,
Even Drew. The ground is very Drew.
Very Drew, Sandy.
Oh dear.
Brennan kicks in. Straight up. Looking for Turley. Osborne from behind flies. Can't mark. Kapler. Right to the goal square. Harding a chance. Worsfold punches away. Wheeldon out in the pocket. Throw in.
It was noted here a couple of weeks ago that David Parkin asked Craig Bradley why he wasn't running, and he said, well, David, I'm not a dune buggy.
Yes, it really has been in awful condition in the last few years for Princes Park. Free kick here to Fitzroy in front of goal, and listen to the crowd as Brett Stevens, their only goal kicker, has it.
Here we see on the replay Brett Stevens taking the front position, and I don't know how the umpires picked those ones out. Both players had hold of each other's body. If a mine play on would have been the best call, but Brett Stevens, he won't knock it back.
Certainly didn't go over the shoulder. Stevens for his second. Fitzroy's second. They're nudging just a bit close, Fitzroy.
Yes, well, a little bit close for Michael Moldhouse's liking. Once again, we see there was nothing in that free kick, and the umpires really have to have a look at that for next season, because it's one of the blights on the game. It's a grey area. Really, there's no way that you can pluck a free kick out of that, particularly so close to goal.
Jackson and Rendell in the centre. 24 plays 41. Fitzroy mounting something here. As into attack they go once more out towards half forward. Guy McKenna ever reliable. Jimmy Wind arriving as the hand pass is given off to Lockyer. Lockyer looking for Turley. It's over his head. Wilson is in there. It's close to the boundary line and will be thrown in.
Yes, well, Turley's a player that hasn't really got into the game today, but he's had plenty of mates. There's been a number of the usual stars for the Eagles that have been down.
McIntosh to do the ruck work this time. Rendell beats him. Matera held when not in possession, will take the kick. Peter Matera started the game on the interchange, which was unusual. Mick Malthouse said he wouldn't do things like that, but it looks as though he decided that he would. Kick meant for McIntosh, flies from behind, socked by Turley. Into the path of Jackson. Here it comes out to Hart. Hart favours a left foot. It's coming back, but I don't think it's going to come back enough. It didn't. A good forward play by that time as Turley got the ball out to Hart. And unfortunately, Hart's kick didn't result in a goal. And it will be Lynch to bring the ball back into play.
Alistair Lynch, who took Channel 7's Mark of the Year a couple of seasons ago, nearly kicked that to the centre circle. Osborne, front of the pack. Turley takes it away for the Eagles. Slides the hand pass across to Pios. High ball into the breeze. Jakovic, right in front, 35 to 40 metres out.
When I first saw him come on the scene at the start of the season, he looked about half the size of the player he is at the present time. He must obviously be doing some great work with the weights. Here we see on the replay, takes the front position. And only had Jimmy Wine to contend with, player half his size. So obviously one of the defenders for Fitzroy not manning up.
Getting a turn on the forward line, like his brother at Melbourne, Glenn Jakovic. And that's away to the right. They just cannot kick goals. Lynch in front takes the mark. It's 5-12 to 2-12.
As Lynch comes in with a kick, Roos over the top. And I think there's going to be a kick to Roos. There is. Paul Roos, right half back flank. Goes out towards the right centre wing. Nobody decided to go for that ball bar. Brett Stevens, he's given the hand pass off. Fitzroy mounts something now to their forward line. Lockyer got to try and mop up. Out comes Jackson. His hand pass has gone astray. Lyon to Osborne. Across to Rendell. Rendell now to Harding, and Harding's kick is a beauty.
Well, here we see on the replay a turnover. Ross Lyon poking the ball out to the skipper in Osborne. Matthew Rendell in two minds, but he gives a bit of a mongrel handball. Dean Harding, the recipient, floats it through. And are we going to see an upset of monumental proportions?
Well, in this quarter, Fitzroy have kicked 2 goals, 3-1 behind. They do have the breeze. They didn't use it in the first term when they were goalless, but they're starting to use it a bit better now. Jackson, the hand pass to Turley. Great smother by Rendell. There goes Kapler, breaks the tackle, gets it to Stevens. Stevens for goal. It's home! One kick the difference. Three goals to Brett Stevens. And the Eagles lead by just 6 points.
Jackson is off. Dean Irving on.
Yes, well, maybe Michael Malthouse now believes that the defeat is a possibility. Certainly nobody did previously. You see on the replay there, Brett Stevens pumping one from 50 metres out.
36 plays, 42. Fitzroy in with a real chance here. 1 goal in it. Jakovic. Dean Kemp up towards half forward. Scotty Waters the chance. Pios tries to thread his way through. There's an intensity in Fitzroy that wasn't there in the first half. And that kick's going the way of either Roos or Wind. It's going to be Paul Roos to take it.
He's played a great game today, Roos.
Indeed he has. Jimmy Wind was calling for it, but Roos takes the kick. Over right centre wing. Thumped out of defence. Pios the chance. Osborne goes in. Out with the ball comes Broderick. He's caught. Gets the hand pass off to Kapler. This is good stuff from Fitzroy. Kapler comes in, and the mark has been taken. Dear oh dear. Once again, Harding scored the last goal. A chance to draw level.
Yes, well, they're always difficult to mark when and the ball's around below your shins. Dean Harding did it well. His eye on the ball, had his arms cocked at the elbow and trapped it nicely.
Dean Harding from about 40 metres out, directly in front. Goal umpire likes it. Crowd likes it. We have a tied game.
Well, you'd have to say that 17-1 was restrictive odds, to say the least, but that's where Fitzroy were lining up in the bookmaker's script this morning. A beautiful kick here from Darren Kapler, centres it magnificently, opens up the goal face. Dean Harding on the burst, takes a great mark.
The Lions have kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes, and the scores are level at Princes Park. First playing last, would you believe it? And Fitzroy storming home at the moment. It's 5-12 apiece, and the Fitzroy supporters are yelling themselves hoarse, and they don't care if they don't regain their voice over the whole summer, because this is the last game for the Lions this year, and the fans are having a great time. I don't know about the viewers over in Western Australia, whether you're having a great time, but the Eagles need to lift. Could they possibly lose their 3rd game for the season to the bottom side? They'll come home with the breeze, though, the Eagles. But Fitzroy had 20 minutes of wind-assisted time left in this quarter. Blakey goes to ground. Here's Matera. Well, he backheeled that ball accidentally. Came back to Wilson. Fitzroy putting the pressure on. Waterman. Roos gets back there. Paul Roos gathers. Dishes off a good hand pass to Wine. Fitzroy playing all over the Eagles at the moment. Kicked by Wine to half forward. Lockyer. The ball goes out of play. And we'll have a throw in about 65 metres from goal.
Well, once again, we see more Fitzroy players on screen. Paul Roos picks the ball up, and immediately Caven comes in to shepherd for him.
At the moment, they've got options, Fitzroy, which the Eagles aren't creating. Throw in, left half forward flank. Irving gets it down. This is Waters. His kick is smothered. Lyon comes through. Is he being held? The umpire says no. The hand pass comes out to Lyon from Kapler. Still Lyon goes. Kapler a snapshot. If it bounces kindly, it'll be okay, but it doesn't. So, Fitzroy hit the front. 43 plays 42. Is this a turn-up for the books or what?
Of monumental standing, I would suggest, John, but surely the Eagles must now mount something.
Well, it's a test. As Chris Waterman brings it out towards right half-back flank. Lockyer is the target. He goes one-handed. Kick back into the forward line by Donato. Eludes all players. As out charges Waterman, but caught too high. Advantage paid to Kemp. Kemp's high kick, but the Eagles are in a 2-1 situation. As good shepherding allows Donato in. He went short, but the kick was just a fraction too long for Harding. But the Roys have got the ball deep in attack in their forward line.
Dean Harding, who's kicked a couple this quarter. 43 plays 42. Fitzroy leading the Eagles. Straight back out of bounds for another throw-in.
So Matthew Rendell's waiting along here on the near side wing, ready to propel any Eagles attack, which leaves Brett Stevens to take the ruck work, and he's playing a fine game.
Dundas ridden into the ground by Pios. Wine, he's caught. Had a chance, I thought, to get rid of it. Stevens, number 33. Gee, they're really having a go. Cormac taking it outside the 50. Fitzroy. That is like a schoolboys game. We're all in after the ball. Tough stuff.
Well, Drew, it's a desperate Fitzroy side at the moment, and it's going to be interesting to see the Eagles can lift the match.
Matera and Donato having a bit of a dip off the ball. Harding punches the ball forward for Wheeldon. Can't keep it in. This fight has gone from a 2-man war to Osborne's joined it to make it a 3. The emergency umpire's there.
If I was Matera, I'd be getting as quickly out of that as possible. He's got only everything to lose by getting involved in a skirmish at this time of the year.
That's right. If he gets reported and suspended, doesn't matter what odds he gets in the Brownlow.
As Brennan gets the ball out onto the left centre wing, this is McKenna. McKenna's kick not good. And a strong mark taken by Jamie Elliott. Elliott goes short. Richard Osborne, right centre wing. Sells a dummy, is now caught. Call to play on. Dundas charges through. Fires off the hand pass. This is Elliott. He gets the ball out. Osborne has a couple of bounces. He likes to have a shot. There goes the kick. Not bad. It's through. 6th goal to Fitzroy.
Well, this is certainly goal of the day. We see Dundas throwing out the left handball. Down goes Elliott, but recovers well. Great vision to see Richard Osborne, who loves a bounce and loves a long goal, and bombs one from outside the 50-metre line to put Fitzroy in front by 7 points.
Well, Fitzroy now by 7 points. Let's not forget that 2 weeks ago they finished the finals hopes of North Melbourne. They also beat Geelong earlier in the season, even though they're on bottom of the ladder. McKenna is left-footed to centre-half forward. Baldwin marks. Off to Roos. Put him under the hammer a bit there. Baldwin in after it again. Dispossesses Wilson, but Wilson comes back hard and forces a ball up.
I didn't think we'd be talking about Fitzroy ever contemplating winning this game, as we see Matthew Rendell on screen, obviously taking a bit of a knock. But if they are to win this game, I think they'd have to be at least 3 goals in front at three-quarter time. Elliott
looks too slender, really, to be playing league football. To the centre of the ground. Mark low down? No. Yes, to line. Mark paid. In this quarter, the Eagles have managed just 1 behind, and Fitzroy, who had 1 goal 9 to half-time, have kicked 5 goals 4. Cormac. Long kick to full forward. Wheeldon underneath the ball. All the Eagles flying. They didn't come out with it. Wheeldon loses it in the tackle. Comes to Brennan.
Brennan clears into the centre of the ground. Wilson's got to go. It's strong stuff.
Outrageous mark from Osborne.
Excellent stuff from Osborne. Goes out wide. Plenty of opportunities for them out there. And this is Peter Caven. Caven with the left foot. Pumps it into Ward's full forward. Oh, what a kick! He's got it. And Fitzroy are doing it well.
Well, I think the most surprised person at the ground when that goal went through was Peter Caven, because I'm sure he didn't even look at that. As we see on replay, his eyes were there for just a long kick into the forward line, but up into the jet stream it went, and it floated through, and that is certainly going to figure on goal of the day tomorrow, Drew.
Well, which team is premiership favourite? Rendell takes it out of the middle. The hand pass to Cormac. He'd love to beat his old side. Joe Cormac. Too much pressure. Hart pulled off his kick. Rendell out of the middle. Long and high with the breeze. Wheeldon comes to the front. Chance here for Harding, who's kicked 2 this quarter. Oh, that's close. Just offline. 2 goals, 2 for Dean Harding.
The West Coast Eagles really have to get in for the ball. Fitzroy are leading to the ball. They're in and under the packs. They're scragging, they're tackling, they're backing up in numbers. And I looked after the centre of the bounce. The Eagles still had 4 of their centre players in the square, whereas Fitzroy players had run down to attack the ball.
The kick into play. The mark has been taken by Andrew Lockyer. And it's the old scenario, isn't it? A bottom side gets a whiff of victory and they just throw caution to the wind and live and die by their efforts. Lockyer's kick out wide. McIntosh can't mark. Keeps it in front of him well though. Works the ball up into the forward line. Charging out is Lynch. Bursts through and forces the ball over the line. Good play.
There's a change on the Eagles forward line that was hard to notice. Sumich has come out to centre half forward, but the ball hasn't been there for about half an hour.
No, it's been all Fitzroy certainly since half time. Throw in. Wilson the opportunity. Nowhere to go. Fires it out towards the boundary line, looking for Robbie West, but he can't control it. And it's inside 50 metres. Can the Eagles get a goal at the 20-minute mark, 3rd quarter? They certainly need it. McIntosh and Rendell. Rendell a big thump. Waters left it behind. Dundas does as well. kicked away from McKenna. Back went Wilson. The hand pass was too slick. There's a desperation certainly about Fitzroy that wasn't there in the first half. And as I said, Drew, it'll be interesting to see if the Eagles can match it.
You can make excuses, but there'll be desperation by Hawthorn over in Perth next week as well. And the Brains Trust, Mick Malthouse, Tim Jepp there, must be worried by the Eagles folding under this pressure that Fitzroy's giving them, the bottom side in the competition. Dundas. Baldwin after it, but he's taken out of it by his teammate there. Flipped out. Was that a throw? Waterman gets the hand pass wide. Good pick up by Wilson. 35 metres from goal. Lynch, great spoil. That was Jakovic in front, and Lynch ripped it away from him from behind.
An intelligent play there from Lynch. Smacked the ball so it went over the boundary line. He didn't have any support, so he went for the safety of the boundary.
Lynch going straight down the centre. Nice long kick from behind Waterman. Wind goes in, can't pick up. Socket off the ground. This will favour Roos. He's out in front. Sumic closing. Sumic, what's he doing down there? He's supposed to be half forward. He's right half back. Here's Lyon. Wind. Stevens out in front. Matera right on his hammer. McKenna mops up. Gets his kick towards half forward, but it's out on the full. The resultant kick into play will be taken by Jamie Elliott off left half-back flank.
Well, Robert Shaw's shifted Paul Roos to centre half forward, and Sumic has followed him down, but he's now changed that. He's woken up to that fact, and he's making his way back up forward.
Scotty Waters, right centre wing, pumps it forward for the Eagles. Big pack up. Waiting down in front was Robbie West. Committing himself well was Matthew Dundas, and the ball will be thrown in just backward of the Eagles' right half-forward flank.
Yes, well, Brett Stevens and Paul Roos have now changed again, so they're playing funny business, is the Fitzroy coach.
Caven got that little kick out. Here's Dundas, pushed in the back by Waters. No free kick. Boundary throw-in. Unbelievable scoreline. A 13-point lead to Fitzroy, the bottom side, over the Eagles, the top side. Punched down by Caven. Hart. Fitzroy have gained about 20 metres there. We're at about the 22.5-minute mark of the third quarter, so a bit of wind-assisted time to go for Fitzroy, and a chance for them to have a 3 or 4 goal lead at three-quarter time. And that'll put the onus on the Eagles to kick with the breeze and get up in the last turn. Another ball up. The umpires have worked overtime, thumping the ball into this soft turf because Fitzroy have just made such contests of it that they've hunted in numbers, and it's been very difficult to get the ball clear. Roos is moving again.
Yes, they haven't let the Eagles get into their running game at all. Rendell scrambles it down. Lockyer tries to break the tackle, gets around a couple, kicks the ball towards half forward. Stevens came out, couldn't do anything with it. Chance for Sumic, gave it to Matera. He breaks the Stevens tackle. Matera, long left foot kick in the Jakovic direction. Lynch goes back. Jakovic knocks it away from him, has a shot, but misses. So when the Eagles need goals, none forthcoming into the breeze in the third quarter.
Well, this is an interesting move from Shaw. They've played well all quarter with the side balanced as it is, but we now see Paul Roos down a full forward, so possibly he's just throwing the challenge out to him to kick a couple of goals before the siren.
Lynch's kick into play. Cormack holds it up. Putting the tackle on was David Hart. There'll be a bounce down between centre and centre half back for Fitzroy. They lead by 12 points. Eagles desperately need a goal. No clear tap. Kicked on by Kapler. Into the centre of the ground now. Here's Lyon. Gets around a couple. Donato it was. Donato's kick towards half forward. Hand pass has gone astray. Opportunity for Brennan. He's caught. Gets it to Matera. Matera in turn to Sumic. Sumic with the right foot towards half forward. And a strong mark in defence. Taken for Fitzroy by John Blakey.
Blakey short passes to Wine. Behind centre wing. 56 plays 44. A low-scoring slog here at Princes Park. Fitzroy leading. Stevens' kick, not great. Left the boot like a bag of wheat.
Yeah, that was a poor kick from Brett Stevens. Fitzroy were mounting something there, and they need another couple of goals. Once again, disposal letting them down.
Brennan, short passes to Hart. 6 goals, 5 to 3 behinds in this quarter by Fitzroy. And you might say, oh yeah, but they've got the breeze. When they had it in the first quarter, they were goalless, Fitzroy. Kepler, great mark near the centre circle. Crowd wanting 50, but nothing doing. Kepler with the hand pass to Rendell, who had a 15-metre break. He hoists it high with the breeze. A long kick. Ruse. That was indirect by Matt Rendell. That kick has gone about 25 metres to the side of the goal square.
Yes.
So a throw in, left full forward pocket.
The long bomb to the square would have been a far better option there. So now in the sandy bog.
Dean Irving, Worsfold tries to thump it on. And the ball has been carried over the line. 49 there is Dean Harding. Got a couple in this quarter and has been quite a focal point in attack for Fitzroy. Once again on the attacking side of 50 metres. Dean Irving down to Scotty Waters. Runs nowhere. Hand pass comes out. This is Dundas. And Dundas's kick falls into the arms of Andrew Lockyer. Lockyer will come out onto the right half back flank. Craig Turley was the target. No one went up. Donato nearly. And at the bottom of the pack, Craig Turley sees it over the line.
Well, of course, there's nothing tangible riding on this game for the West Coast Eagles. Even if they lose, it won't affect their top place position. But it's the intangibles of confidence, of momentum that you really do need to win a premiership, that they are the things that they may lose out on. And there are a number of players out there fighting for a position who really can't afford a poor game.
Matera off the ground up to the wing. Chance for McIntosh, picks it up. This is Lamb. He's been silent today. Lamb up towards half forward. Wilson pounces on it. He's caught, and well caught too. Good tackle. Well, as I said, they're certainly not letting the Eagles get into their running game, and Blakey did that very well.
It was a copybook tackle. Wilson, a speedster, on that occasion took on someone with just as much toe in Blakey.
Touched by the man on the mark. Comes to McIntosh. Good hand pass to Hart. 55 metres out. The kick is wide. Sumic back there. Oh, freak mark. He was held round the neck and leant down to take that in one arm.
Yes, it was great body position from Sumic. As we see here, the kick is put out into Sumic's favourite pocket. But Alistair Lynch was on the wrong side of the body there. As a backman, he should be forcing the forward to the boundary line, but he found himself trapped between the player and the boundary line, and Sumic will shoot from his favourite position.
Well, Sumic hasn't seen it since the first quarter when he kicked his only 2 goals. And he's hooked that one for a behind. Or out of bounds on the full. No score at all. So it's still 12 points the difference, and the Eagles have managed just 3 points in this quarter. Well, I thought Sumic was going to race towards the century. He started the day needing 9, but he'll have to go into the finals to get it by the looks of this.
As Lynch brings the ball back into play, Irving the target. Obviously not a mark being paid there. Irving emerges with it. This is Hart to Wilson. Wilson to Matera, and they get something going. Matera's kick has gone across the face. Mark taken by Dean Kemp, but I think it may have gone out on the full. That's what they're indicating. Kemp wants the kick, but to no avail. It'll be Jason Baldwin to bring it into play. Baldwin out of the right full back pocket. It's up towards the wing. Eludes all players. Hart and Wind. And David Hart content to see that run over the line.
I'm sure there'll be a very pleased Leon Weigard up in the president's box, because Fitzroy, obviously, their future isn't assured. If they can go into the off-season with a win under their belt, it would be just an absolute spur to their fundraising and their future.
A minute left to 3/4 time. Another one would be more than handy for the Lions. Hacked out of the air by Stevens. Gains 40 metres. Kepler runs onto it, but he leaves it for his teammate Broderick. Poor hand pass, though. Slapped out by McKenna. Charging out at Lyon. He loses control of it, but Fitzroy there in numbers. The hand pass backwards, taken by Turley. A goal for the Eagles would be handy too. Turley straight to full forward. Sumic. No. Jakovic. Kemp for Jakovic. Snap. Oh, smother by Stevens. Terrific. And the Fitzroy fans are having a real good yell.
And so they ought to. Brett Stevens has been a fantastic leader today. He's a terrific player, disciplined. The coach's delight, and he's having one of his best days for the year.
Bright sun breaks out here at Princes Park, but I think time is out for Fitzroy if they want another one before the break. Stevens, the hand pass to Donato. From halfback, up towards centre wing. Line. And there's the siren. Will a 2-goal lead be enough for the Lions? They lead it 7-14 to 5-14. Points, they'll go down.